Stress is an unavoidable part of modern life, but how the body responds to it can be intentionally shaped through simple, natural practices. Chronic stress contributes to elevated cortisol, inflammation, fatigue, and impaired cognitive function, yet a growing body of research shows that cost-free biohacks such as grounding, structured breath work, and cold exposure can dramatically enhance stress resilience and mental clarity. These interventions work on both physiological and psychological levels, creating immediate calming effects while strengthening long-term adaptability, allowing individuals to maintain energy, focus, and emotional balance even under sustained pressure. Grounding, or walking barefoot on natural surfaces, is a practice that reconnects the body to the Earth's subtle electrical energy. Ancient cultures intuitively recognized the calming effect of direct contact with the ground, and modern studies now show that grounding can normalize cortisol rhythms, reduce systemic inflammation, and promote parasympathetic nervous system activity. Even brief periods spent barefoot on grass or sand can induce measurable reductions in stress markers, helping the body shift from a chronic fight or flight state into one of relaxation and recovery. Beyond the physiological benefits, grounding fosters a sense of presence and connection, which supports mental clarity and emotional stability. Regular practice strengthens resilience, making it easier to navigate daily stressors without cognitive fatigue or emotional reactivity. Breathwork is another highly effective tool for stress management and cognitive enhancement. Techniques such as diaphragmatic breathing, box breathing, or timed inhale-exhale cycles modulate the autonomic nervous system, enhancing parasympathetic activity and reducing the overactivation of the sympathetic stress response. By lowering cortisol and improving oxygenation, breathwork allows the brain and body to operate more efficiently under pressure, enhancing focus, mental clarity, and problem-solving ability. Even short sessions of conscious breathing throughout the day, between meetings, during commutes, or before sleep, can rapidly shift the body into a state of calm alertness, reduce anxiety, and increase resilience to acute or chronic stress. Over time, consistent practice trains the body to respond to stress more adaptively, reducing wear and tear on both mental and physical systems. Cold exposure. Through practices such as cold showers, ice baths, or brief outdoor exposure to cool temperatures, provides a controlled, hormetic stress that strengthens resilience. When the body encounters cold, the sympathetic nervous system is activated, prompting the release of norepinephrine and dopamine. Norepinephrine enhances alertness, focus, and mood regulation, while dopamine supports motivation and emotional stability. The mild physiological stress of cold exposure trains the body to respond more effectively to challenges, reducing overall stress sensitivity and improving recovery from both mental and physical exertion. Additionally, cold exposure reduces systemic inflammation and supports metabolic efficiency, further contributing to a state of mental clarity and resilience. Even a few minutes of daily exposure can produce noticeable benefits in focus, energy, and emotional equilibrium. The combination of grounding, breathwork, and cold exposure creates a synergistic effect that enhances stress resilience far beyond the benefits of any single practice. Grounding reduces baseline stress and promotes relaxation. Breathwork regulates autonomic function and enhances oxygen delivery, and cold exposure strengthens adaptive stress responses and boosts neurotransmitters that support mood and cognitive function. Together, these practices support not only immediate relief from tension and anxiety, but also long-term improvements in energy regulation, mental performance, and emotional stability. They create a framework in which the nervous system becomes more flexible, inflammation is reduced, and the body and mind can maintain equilibrium even under pressure. Another advantage of these biohacks is their accessibility and adaptability. They require no expensive equipment or supplements, can be performed almost anywhere, and can be tailored to fit into even the busiest schedules. A few minutes of barefoot walking outside, a short breathing session at a desk, or a quick cold shower after a workout can produce measurable effects. Consistency amplifies the benefits, leading to cumulative improvements in stress regulation, cognitive clarity, emotional resilience, and overall vitality. In essence, biohacks such as grounding, structured breathwork, and cold exposure provide a natural, cost-free toolkit for building stress resilience. They modulate cortisol, optimize autonomic function, enhance neurotransmitter activity, reduce inflammation, and promote mental clarity. By incorporating these practices into daily life, individuals not only manage stress more effectively but also cultivate sustained energy, sharper focus, and emotional balance, creating a foundation for both peak performance and long-term health. These interventions demonstrate that resilience is not just a trait, but a skill that can be strengthened through simple, intentional engagement with the body and environment.